Hello and welcome to another week in our garden. It's a lovely day, a little bit overcast, but that's fine for today. Now we have got some quite high winds coming, so we're filming today instead of tomorrow. That will make no difference really. But now we're up at the top of the garden, and behind me is the chicken garden. So we'll start from this end and hopefully you'll see the chickens. Now, as usual, because we want to film them, we've got two gone broody and one is actually on the nest laying. So I will show you what chickens are out, and one of the buffy ones is actually starting to molt, so she's not got the best coat on, but we'll show you anyway. Now, we're out here on the chicken garden, as you can see. Now, if you look at the noisy cockerel, as you look at the big cockerel, you can see he's got blinkers on. That's because we've got another cockerel down there. Now, we've put the blinkers on him, or glasses if you like to call them glasses, because he's fighting all the time with the Mr. Grey, the other cockerel. Now, I tried to put some glasses on poor old Mr. Grey to stop the fighting, but his plume had been damaged so bad, and I waited till it healed, and then I couldn't get the glasses on with the damage to his plume, so he's getting away with no glasses. But this poor old soul, he's got blinkers on and he's all right with them. As you can see, the chicken garden looks very nice, but I can assure you they're up here for the summer and they literally rip it to pieces. Anything I've planted, as you can see over here, they take up straight away. But although they make a mess and they dig everything up, it's keeping them occupied, so we don't mind. The more established shrubs they don't bother with. But they do like pecking the bottom of the beech edge, so I don't have to cut that, they eat it. Now we'll just nip down and we'll sort that rhubarb out, because I've left it. We now need to harvest some and clean up the whole root, okay? This is Mr. Grey, poor old lad, he got really beat up, but he's alright now. Here's the Araucana, and it doesn't get too big, but he's a friendly old soul. When we come down, he usually finds a bit of grass or a stick, as you can see, and shows it us. Now, we have been picking the rhubarb. We've given quite a bit away to family and friends. We've also frozen some down, but we're going to take a little bit now for the weekend coming, so Di can make some pies for us for the weekend and next week. But it really does need tidying up. As you can see, there's a lot of the leaves now laid flat on the ground. Normally once they get on the ground they start to rot like this, and they're no good then, so it's best to take them out. Once you've taken all the leaves from around the edge, if you give it a good dose of bloodfish and bone, and then if it rains that will wash that in. If not, put the sprinklers on it and get them washed in, and it'll grow up nicely again for another crop. About the middle of next month we stop picking the rhubarb and then let it run through till next year. First of all, we'll take what we want out of it and then we'll clean the whole lot up. You also find that once you've trimmed it back and it starts to come up again, it comes up nice and red again, because you can get more sun on it. And that one's no good, it's lost its top, so we don't want that one. I think the best thing to do is for me to do the pick and then show you the pick, and then we'll go into cleaning. Now there's the rhubarb pick for today. There's more than enough what we want, so there'll be a little bit more going into the freezer. Very nice puddings in the winter when it's cold and you get a nice rhubarb crumble. Very nice. Now if you look at the rhubarb, you can see what a mess it is. Now we can't leave it like that, so we'll get it tidied up. I'll just do a little bit round this root here just to show you, and then I'll do the lot. If you can see that great big leaf there, it's on a short green stem, so that will be taken away. Down here then, look, if you lift them up, can you see all these leaves that are damaged with the slugs, and these that are finished now, look, and they're just going yellow, and then to this. So I normally take all this out as I go. I was going to do it last week, but we left it so we could do it with you this week. So what I do, all these little bits that are soft, these are no good for eating, so they may as well come out and we'll grow some more up. I just pull them out, try and break them at the crown if you can. If not, those will come. That one can come out. These that are broken, look, take those out. These soft ones, they're not going to do any good now, so they may as well come out. Just in case of following them back and taking them out. This one didn't even get a chance to grow, look, and it's been damaged and it's dying, so take some of these out. That one's broke. I just put these in the rubbish bin in the wheelbarrow. I put all the leaves to compost, I don't waste them. This one's going to do no good like that, so rip him out. Try and clean all the bits up if you can. These laying on the floor here, not that one, but all those, I'll take all those because they're just laying on the floor. They're soft now, so they may as well come out and grow some more. You can see here, look, they're all quite rotten, so let's take them out. That one was really rotten. These laying on the soil, I'll take those. Find where that one, find where that one come from and take it out. Take those out, look. There you are, it's looking better already, isn't it? That one's fine. We'll take that one in a minute. You see that? It's been damaged on the stem with something's been trying to eat it. Take them out. Anything loose, take them out. That one's broken off completely, look, so that can come out. This off. These two here, they've been eaten, look, so you must take them out. Another one there, there. That one laid over there. That one's twisted. Just take this one off, it's twisted now, so it may as well come out. There's some broken bits there as well. See, that's broken, so that can come out. Now that's what I'm looking for, like that, right through. A lot of waste, but these are soft, so you wouldn't want to use those for cooking, etc. Now I'll take them off and then I'll come back to you and show you what I do next. Now you can see we've cleaned up around the rhubarb, and now that will actually let the air in and the sun in, that will actually redden the next stalks that come up. What I will do now, I should put a good dose of bloodfish and bone on. You can get it from anywhere, bloodfish and bone, very useful. We'll put a good jar full on, jam jar on, rake it in, then if it doesn't rain I should put the sprinkler on and give it a good soaking, and I can show you in a few days there'll be new shoots coming up and then new stalks of rhubarb, beautiful, sweet and red from the sun. Here you are, a good jam jar full, and I shall sprinkle it not up close but just around the edge of it, like this lot. Plenty on, even if I've got to fetch another jam jar I will. Plenty on. Not too close to those crowns then, because all the roots, if I dig down here you'll find the roots right down here. And it looks like it's going to be two jars, one on each then. There we go, and same again. The big old root, so they'll take a lot of feed. That'll do for the fertiliser. Now we just need to rake it in a little bit and tidy the whole area up. I'm just going to rake it through gently with the 4-prong. Don't want to go deep, I don't want to hurt any roots. Just the top mainly. Just rake it all in and tidy the area up. I said there's some old spent compost on here from the compost heap, so I'm just basically raking that around. Just tidy up. And that's just knocking that bit of bloodfish and bone into the surface as well, you see. Nearly finished now. The wind's getting up. I do believe there's a storm coming over, so I might not need to water the rhubarb. The storm will do it for me. That is my rhubarb, tidied up, fed, but not watered. I'll either put a sprinkler on it or see if this storm brings me some rain, but it will be well watered today. Now somebody asked me how I make these frames, etc., and they're all the same as the tunnels I make. It's basically tile lats. I just make the frame out of tile lats, and then I put 2 layers of insect mesh on it. Likewise the lids take off for the summer, because as you can imagine, trying to put a lid onto those, it would be no good at all. Like these as well, look, it'll crush them down. Take the lids off for the summer, pop them back in the autumn and leave them through the winter. But they're very useful frames. They're not glass, so they won't get as hot as glass, and they won't protect from too much frost, but double layers of the insect mesh does protect quite a bit. I find these frames very useful. When they're empty, we'll probably plant some lettuce in towards the end of the summer, and if it gets a bit cold just shut the lid and it's fine. Now we have been picking the strawberries every day. It's been a little bit of a lack of sunshine, it's actually slowed ours down, but we'll pardon me, we'll go and see what we've got and just pick what we've got. Made our way into the fruit cage and we're just going to pick a few of the strawberries. Now my early strawberries, or the first croppers anyway, are about on their final season now, so we'll pick them this year, and then for next year we'll buy in some new plants. I'll grub them all out. I shall really replenish the soil. I'll probably change a lot of it for some soil from the bottom and make it all nice fresh, and then we'll get some new hybrid early strawberries and we'll put those in. We might have to skip a season, but at least we'll have a good modern variety to take over from these. These old girls have done very, very well, but they don't last forever. As you can see, they're still cropping, but they're not like they used to. But they'll be all fine. And the taste, they're good tasters, but as I say, they're just getting a bit old now. So we'll get them picked and we'll show you what we've got. I'll go down the lines and pick them and show you what we've got. Say we haven't had a lot of sunshine, so there might not be a lot. Right, there's a few there for us. That'll keep us going. It depends on the sunshine. There's a few more to come. Now we keep picking every day, small amounts, but it soon mounts up how many we're getting off a few plants that we've got. If we could just show you our first raspberry crop coming on nicely now before we go. They're just starting to turn at the top now. Now if you remember last year, we tied this up and bent them over and stopped them in the autumn. With that stop in the top, we've got fruit, as you can see, all the way down the plant now, so we should have a good crop. Even in there, look, there's masses of them. And that little bit of compost out the bin that we put on the root as well has just lifted them up a bit. We've still got the pheromone out, but I checked it yesterday and there's still nothing in it, so we seem to be having a light year on the raspberry beetle as well. I think we're going to have plenty of red currants as well this year. It's making a good year. Now that'll be it for this week. As long as the chicken can stay quiet, I can finish the now the other one's starting. Now next week, while the garden's growing, I think we'll take some cuttings. It's that time of year where we can take cuttings off. We can take cuttings off this Weigelia. That's the white one. It's just coming into flower at the top, but if you look down, there's loads of cuttings at the bottom. This is the red one, which we can take some cuttings off that as well. This is Choicea tenata Sundance, which we can also take some cuttings off next week. And the box, I usually cut it this time of year, but I've held off up to now so we can take the cuttings with you. So we'll do those as well. We'll do all these next week. I'll show you the lavender cuttings that we're taking ready for potting on, so we'll pot those on and we'll take these cuttings. And we'll also do a very quick tour of everything we've got coming up ready for harvest next week. So take care everyone. Thank you for watching. Many thanks for subscribing. We do appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you all next week. That was Mr. Gray saying goodbye. So it's goodbye from me. Bye now.